Hello and welcome. We are Scholars of Temperance.
We're a group of people dedicated to learning and sharing spiritual and metaphysical knowledge.
Our goal is to help bring balance to the world around us by sharing what we've learned in the topics we will cover.
We hope folks will resonate with some of the topics and continue their own journey of self-discovery.
Well, hello there, peeps. I'm Ash, and this is Shani, and we're with Scholars of Temperance. We're a group focused on spreading the information of metaphysical and spiritual basics in order to bring balance to our community and the world. Our goal is to share information and provide understanding, and through that understanding it reduces the amount of fear people have about spiritual and metaphysical topics, and that allows us to help bring balance to the world. We are going to be co-hosting our third class in the Chakra Series, so welcome. As I've said before, we are the Scholars of Temperance, and this is part 3 of 7 in our Chakra Series. Would you like to take it from here, Shane?
In our upcoming classes, we will walk the path on all 7 chakras, gaining some basic insight on what they are.
Today's class itinerary. What are the chakras? We're going to help you get a basic understanding of it. Today's class will be about the Solar Plexus Chakra. How does the Solar Plexus Chakra affect daily life? We're also going to talk about signs of being overactive or blocked. We're going to give you recommendations on how to bring yourself back to balance and go through a meditation exercise.
And as you see, with every class we show this. This is all 7 chakras. So now we've gone from the root, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and now we're on the solar plexus. We're almost halfway there.
The Solar Plexus Chakra symbol has 10 petals. From the research we did through the internet, I did not find any specifics about each individual petal, so not every chakra symbol is going to have as deep of information as, say, the sacral or the root. But the 10 petals are sometimes shown as blue flames, which is the hottest part of the flame other than the white, or there is such thing as invisible flame. Science, don't mess with it, it's scary. Science, yes, but invisible flame, no. The element is fire. Our color is yellow, and I'm under a different slide, so let's hang on a minute here. So the solar plexus chakra symbol, as you see, has 10 petals, which can sometimes be shown as blue flames. The element is fire. The triangle in the center represents transformation and is a big part of the solar plexus chakra. The meaning of the solar plexus chakra, also known as Manipura, is city of jewels or seat of gems. The Manipura activation seed syllable is Rum, and the mantra is Om Rum Namaha Rum.
Okay, the solar plexus chakra physical signs are digestion, food and energy, gastric, pancreas and metabolism, hypogastric plexus, which is the nerves in the pelvic area. We actually researched it. It's where the nerves, that's at the spine, right behind this area,
The sternum.
the sternum, and that's where they change from upper body to lower body. Mentally, it affects your view of society, your self-image, and your motivation.
What does it do? It allows us clarity of mind to express ourselves openly. It provides the ability to manifest your goals as reality. and it helps us weigh the pros and cons of our actions. The color is yellow, and the element is fire.
How does this affect you daily? Mentally, it affects your mental balance, your personality, your sense of self, and your purpose in life.
Physically, it can affect your gut health, your reproductive health, your digestive functions, and nutrition.
Signs of being overactive or blocked, which is also underactive. Overactive can be controlling of others. Perfectionist. Lack of compassion. Disrupted eating patterns. Ulcers. Gas and bloating.
Signs of a potentially blocked solar plexus chakra are low self-esteem, boundary issues, lack of self-care, disrupted eating patterns, sensitive to food types, and digestive issues. I do want to make a disclaimer here that we are not medical health professionals. Just because you have these symptoms, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just your chakra. Please seek medical help if needed.
Recommendations for when you're out of balance.
They are quite similar for both overactive and underactive. The scents are chamomile, bergamot, cedarwood, rosemary, and mint. You can use this in aromatherapy, incense, take a bath with the scents. Just expose yourself to one of these smells to help bring yourself back into balance.
Eating yellow foods like pastas, bread, bananas, wearing yellow, incorporating yellow into your daily life will help you to balance.
Stones that can be associated with the solar plexus chakra are citrine, tiger's eye, and yellow tourmaline. Pretty much any stone that is yellow can be associated with the solar plexus chakra.
Now, sound frequencies, if you're overactive, you want 528 hertz to bring you back down a little bit, and 182 hertz to help unblock.
As an example of the frequency 528, Andrea will play her crystal singing bowl. Thank you.
And as with every chakra, we go into acupressure areas that you can work on. And for this one, there is a lot. Everything highlighted in yellow. Thyroid and bronchial, solar plexus, diaphragm, appendix, stomach, spleen, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidneys, uterus, bladder, colon, and small intestines.
As well as your adrenal glands.
Yeah, adrenal glands and pretty much your digestive system.
As far as things you can do mentally, do one thing every day that scares you. I'm not saying go skydiving, but like if you're afraid of spiders, say hello to a spider on a leaf. Just something small that brings you out of your comfort zone. Something that scares you just a little bit. You can listen to music that fires you up, peps you up, brings up your mood. You can be like, yeah, this song really gets me, all right. Soak up the sun soak up the sun and ignite your inner fire. Enjoy the sunshine. It's spring here and it's sunnier. We have the dandelions blooming, the little violets. Enjoy some time outside in the sun.
And get your vitamin D. For physical, enjoy time by a fire or a flame. For yoga, the poses are boat, bow, or reverse plank. pose. Exercise and abdominal and your core strength.
So the frequency, as stated prior, our recommended frequency for overactive is 528, or a singing bowl with a musical note high C, which is an 8-inch bowl. It's suggested that you use solfeggio frequencies, as they are the most pure sound in the sound frequencies. We have a link to the Manipura chakra singing bowls if you're interested. Otherwise, take a listen to Andrea as she gives us another example. Thank you.
We found a site on YouTube that goes through some of the poses for the solar plexus chakra. So if you wish to try that, you can.
We also have a solar plexus chakra meditation that we are going to go into here. Shady found Insight Timer, which provides a lot of interesting information in classes, more than just the chakra topics, but we're gonna use this for our meditation here, and I'm going to guide you on your journey as we enjoy these sounds. We will not be doing the full 25 minutes. We'll just be doing it for about 5 minutes approximately. But get seated somewhere comfy. You can lay down, you can sit however you like, just as long as you're comfortable and able to breathe fully. And when we're ready, we'll get going. Everybody good? Alright, make sure you're seated or laying comfortably. You can close your eyes or leave them open. I want you to focus on breathing in as deeply as possible and comfortably through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing What are you? Are you feeling overactive, balanced, or blocked? Anyone want to share?
You feel free to share. If you don't want to be recorded, you just gotta let me know, hey, don't record this.
I have no idea what I am.
No?
So here are the examples again of overactive and blocked. If you're feeling like you're controlling of others, a perfectionist, lacking compassion, if you have disrupted eating patterns, potentially having stomach ulcers, gas, or bloating, you could be overactive.
I always have gas, but I've hit that age. I used to be a perfectionist. Bad. I have gotten a lot better because I realized that technically perfection does not exist. It is an illusion. I strive for it, especially in my job, because they expect 100% quality in what I do. And I know I'm not perfect, and I know I make mistakes, and I admit them when I do. And they understand that. I'm human. I have gotten a lot better on the eating patterns. I still don't eat breakfast. My body would not allow me to for the first 2 hours that I'm up, or it will be a bad day. But I make sure that I eat my lunch and my dinner about the same time every day. That way I'm not changing my body's schedule. I do not try to control others. I try and work with them, not be overbearing. And I know there were times that I was, but I most definitely have been working on that. I've had low self-esteem. I've gone both sides. There's very few foods that I am sensitive to right now. It's just peppers. I cannot eat peppers. I've had lack of self-care, which I'm still working on. Boundary issues, more about setting them and making sure that I keep them. Low self-esteem was very low at one point, but not anymore. I am a good person.
And you're beautiful.
And I am beautiful inside and out, and people either accept me or they don't, and that's their problem.
Thank you for sharing. My personal experience might get a chuckle out of a few people here, but yes, I am very controlling of others. Unfortunately, that is a problem for me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. It's like it's got to be a certain way. It's got like I'm a buy the book kind of person. The book says do it this way, you do it this way, unless you can give me a really good logical explanation as to why it should be done another way. I do have issues with lacking compassion. I can be incredibly compassionate towards people, but I can also detach myself. I do have disrupted eating patterns. I forget to eat. Thank you, ADHD. Sometimes I'll binge eat because I forgot to eat and I'm super hungry and I need all the foods. And that's something else I've got to work on. I don't think I have ulcers, but acid reflux is a thing. Gas and bloating, definitely a thing. So I think I'm probably closer to the overactive than the underactive, because low self-esteem, very rare, because I'm a bad lady, yeah. Boundary issues, I have issues respecting other people's boundaries more than my own, unfortunately. I do lack self-care on occasion, but that's due to depression and things of that nature. I'm unaware of any food sensitivities. I just don't like fish. Never have. Something about it. But in the whole, I believe I'm a lot more overactive than underactive when it comes to this chakra, the Manipura. So, yeah. I'm glad I can be honest with myself and identify the issues, but working on them is another thing. So.
Does anyone else want to share?
Are we going around the room?
If you like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I have a tendency to control others. I try not to, but I'm a Virgo and that's what we do.
Virgos are all about perfection.
I know, but you know, it might be my version of perfection and not anybody else's, but mine. And sometimes I have to realize that. Lack of compassion. Sometimes I try to be nice, but sometimes I'm not. I'm like anybody else. Disrupted eating patterns. I don't know how you can forget to eat. I have no idea how you can do that. I eat all the time. Ulcers, no. Gas and bloating, oh yeah. Low self-esteem, depends. When I'm with my friends, I like it because they're also supportive. And I like to keep my friends like that. Boundary issues, depends on the time of day, the day. I like to go out of my bounds because if I don't, I wither. And lack of self-care, yep, been there. But I've been tired. And disrupted eating patterns, back to how could you forget to eat. Sensitive food types, nope, I like them all except for slimy shit on my tongue. Digestive issues, yeah, sometimes. But I take meds, and I think that I'm going to blame it on my meds. So. And after that, here I am. That's me, and that's it. It's all yours.
Thank you.
I think I'm a little bit of both. I don't think I control others, but I could. Perfectionist, yes, sometimes. Lack of compassion. I think I have that a lot with people. I always feel, I want to be there to help them. I want to do it. You know what I can to make them happy. Drinking or disrupt eating patterns. I'm horrible at that. I could go all day without eating. Now, since I have someone living in my house, I'm getting to eat 3 meals a day, and I'm doing a lot better. Gas bloating, of course, I'm at that age. Low self-esteem, yeah, I have that. I just went through a divorce, and it wasn't a nice divorce either. Boundary issues. I think sometimes I want to care for somebody so much that I kind of step into their boundaries, and I don't try to, but I do. Lack of self-care. I don't think I'm that. I pretty well do. I don't do makeup every day. Disrupting patterns. I'm iffy on that one. Eating patterns, I'm horrible. Unless Ashlyn comes along and says, hey, it's time to get something to eat for breakfast, even if it's 1 o'clock in the day. Sensitive to food types. Usually not. I pretty much can eat or at least try something. If I don't like it, then I can tell you. Digestive issues, yeah, I have a lot of those. A lot of times because I think it's the treatment I have in chemo. Because sometimes food just totally is different than it used to be. But it's hard to say. It seems like I'm on both sides. Does that make sense?
Yep, it is a spectrum. We're not just one or the other. It's a sliding scale. It's like one day you can be overactive, the other day your body can just, in order trying to compensate, go straight to blocked. It's a little balancing scale, and it's hard to get it just right.
Yeah, like I said during the my last class, it's a pendulum, and it's going to be continuously swinging, and how far it swings each time. If you can get that a little bit less by working on it, things tend to start calming down.
Anyone else like to share?
I think I fall in the middle, but being overactive and blocked, not balanced. I tend to let others control me over controlling others. I have ADHD and autism, so perfectionist is I don't want to start it if I can't do it right. But I also very much want to follow the rules and other people to follow the way it's written. I don't say I lack compassion, but I don't always understand that I should give compassion or see it as something that should be compassionized, I guess. I would go days without eating if someone doesn't remind me. I don't remember to eat. My medicine makes it so I'm not hungry, so I don't want to eat when I feed my kids. I don't really have ulcers or bloating, but I am sensitive to food types, and it seems like every week is something different. And so then I get digestive issues with that, and the lack of self-care and boundary issues comes along with the ADHD and depression and stuff.
Being a mom.
I don't think I'm controlling of others, but I could be wrong. Perfectionist sometimes, and lack of compassion at times. I try to be compassionate, but I'm sure that I know there are times when I don't succeed that well. Disrupted eating patterns always. Low self-esteem at times. Boundary issues. I have to push myself to get out of my boundaries sometimes. And sometimes digestive issues. But
I think I've been working on being unblocked. Recently, well, probably close to a year now, I've been really focusing on my job and on myself, my physical body. I kind of tackled a little bit for mental, but I found out applying things physically, working out, eating different, all that stuff, really a lot of self-discovery and just deep diving in, a little bit obsessive. So I see myself that I've been working on my blocked traits. Regarding to, when you come and you're self-conscious, of course. Boundary issues, I don't set my boundaries as well. I need to put them on there. Lack of self-care, I love my beauty products, I love my lotions and potions. There's no issue there. Disrupted eating patterns, there is regard to depression, or depending on where I'm at, I might be obsessive of eating healthy foods, or I will out of nowhere buy a cheap pack of cookies and eat a stack of cookies. So then that comes into having the obsessive thought of regressing back and gaining weight again. It is, there's a fight, but I like the results, but it is the fight and the food noise. Also, another thing is trying to eat more healthy and being sensitive to food types and just self-discovery on foods. Giving out all processed stuff for the most part. Still, I get to go and have my chips and my sweets and stuff, but I feel like shit the next day. So just kind of learning about that, tolerances, which always digestive issues. I have a lot from the last year. It's been very, very rough. So changing everything. So overall, I think just self-reflecting that I've been working on my block stage for the most part to get myself in the middle. So I'm thinking I'm getting closer to the middle.
Nice, thank you. I did want to point out that self-care is not just, cleanliness and your lotions and potions. It also has to do with, mental as well as physical. So as Spud said, the exercising, that is self-care, keeping your body in working condition. You don't have to go, crazy and get a six-pack, but just making sure that you're, physically able to do the everyday things that you need to do. That's self-care. Also, the cleanliness, but also mentally giving yourself space to be you, to sit in yourself and recognize what's going on mentally. So taking care of your mental health is just as important as your physical, as well as your spiritual.
And emotional as well. If you feel like watching a really sad movie so to make yourself cry, do it.
The Lion King.
I do it on occasion. I call it my frog medicine. It cleans my eyes out. clears out some of the bad, negative stuff in me, and I let it go and recognize your emotion and let it be.
Sit with it for a little bit, but don't stay there.
Yeah, don't stay there.
You don't have to sit in it forever.
No.
Just recognize the feeling, exist with it, and when you're ready,
accept it,
step out of it,
and move on.
It may take some time, of course. Healing always takes time. It's not an overnight thing. But self-care is just making sure that you are doing what you can to take care of yourself in all aspects of your life.
Andrea, do you have anything?
Well, until recently, I would tell you that I was blocked. My personal journey, I've been doing a lot of stuff dealing with my gut health. And when they tell you that food is the energy for your body, they're not kidding. So if you're not eating nutritiously, if you're not doing what you need to for your body, you're not putting the energy in the right places, and that can also contribute to being blocked. My journey started off with some insane purging. We'll start with saying it that way because it was not pleasant, and don't do things my way, you might end up in the hospital because you're really not supposed to do it the way I did it. You know, when you kill the biome to try and regrow the biome, sometimes it doesn't want to restart, right? So don't do it my way. Just don't. Take it slow. Take your time with it. Don't try and force it at once. Will you get the results? Yes. Is it worth the amount of pain to get those results quicker? Not really. It just happened that in my situation, I don't have a job. I was able to do that because it wasn't, at the time, I didn't think it was going to get in my way. Obviously, a couple of things came up and it did. But at the time, I was like, all right, I don't have a job right now. This should be fine. We can do this. It'll be clear. And it's taken a month to rebuild the biome. Now, with that, I have started, Doc said I needed to eat 2 cups of veggies for every meat source, or for every protein source. That is the best diet you can ever go on, is 2 cups of veggies for every protein source. Doesn't matter how you do it. So, for example, last night I ate a cauliflower crust pizza. Why? Because it was a veggie pizza, first of all, so all of the toppings were nothing but veggies. Second of all, the crust was also a veggie. I think I got my 2 cups in, one way or another. Was it the healthiest of foods? Honestly, considering there was only 140 calories per serving and 3 servings in a whole pizza, I ain't mad about it, right? If I'm still balancing it that way, but I would say that just in my own experience, it's, to quote in anime, a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body. And when they say that, they really do mean that your body kind of affects everything too. If you're not taking care of your body, it can affect the mind. It can affect those energy patterns.
This may only be the 3rd chakra, going from the root sacral to the solar plexus, but it is the energy center for your body. It is the fire. It is what fuels everything within you, and that's why nutrition and gut health are a big part of it, is simply because, as Andrea said, your food is your energy. Your body converts it to that energy, and then it distributes as needed. If your solar plexus chakra is out of balance, whether over or under active, that can throw things off. You're not going to get energy distributed where you need it, and it may not be the best fuel for your body. So paying attention to what you put in you and how you put it in you is important for your nutrition. Feed your fire within.
Yeah, without the fuel, nothing's gonna work. Physically, mentally, it affects it all. It really does. Trust me, I know when I forget to eat, and I have a tendency, because I'm also on the spectrum, to hyper focus. And I would go 8 hours working on a project, and I start to finish, and I would not stop to eat or drink, get up to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I was so hyper focused that I did not stop. And if somebody came in and interrupted me, it was not pretty.
Yep.
Because then trying to get back to it and get into that focus was difficult. But you have to. I've gotten so much better. I give myself time limits. And okay, it's getting this time. It's time to eat.
Alarms on your phone, setting timers is very helpful. And then you can't be mad because you set the timer. Somebody else didn't break your focus. So it's, that helps a lot, especially with like ADHD and other mental differences on the spectrum. Setting timers and helping to self-regulate with, organization and scheduling. Routine helps a lot of people, but it can also hinder some folks. So you gotta find what works for you. But routine definitely helps me, setting alarms, writing in my calendar, that kind of thing, if I can remember to do it. So
I have alarms on my phone. Otherwise, I will hyper focus when I'm at work on my job, because it's about getting a lot of things done. There's a quota.
repetitive too.
I'm very repetitive.
Patterns just go. You get into it.
You get into that groove, and you're flying. And I almost forgot to eat my lunch yesterday. And my phone's on, vibrate, so it goes bzzz on my desk. And then I have to watch the clock for 3 minutes. I have a 3-minute warning. And I looked down, and I was 4 minutes past. It was time for me to go get my lunch. But I still take my half hour. That's the way they are. It's like, doesn't matter if you're late or whatever, you take your 30 minutes. But if I didn't have my alarms, I would not take my breaks. I would not eat. I would just
Keep on trucking.
keep on trucking.
And you forget that you need to go to the bathroom. You're like, oh man, I have to pee, but I don't want to get up. And then you forget you have to pee. And then finally when you come out of it, you're like, oh my God.
And then your bladder goes, hey,
Yeah.
get up.
And then you have to run.
Now, what do you think that has to do with the sacral chakra? Let's bring it back.
I would say that would potentially be your perfectionism. And can we go back to the slide with the pressure points? Please.
It's this way.
Yeah. No, it's the one with the mental, or might be the blue flame. Nope, it was the one before that. Nope, sorry, that one. So it may have to do with your potential need for perfectionism. It could also be motivation and self-image. Like if I don't, do this, then I'm not good enough. Or motivation, this is what's giving me the dopamine, and I'm going to do it until it's perfect. So you're motivated to improve your self-image through trying to perfect what you're doing. And if you forget everything else and just focus on this one thing and make it the best you can make it, that's,
It's going to affect everything else.
Yep.
So would you use this chakra as a basis that would affect all the others?
Yes,
So that this is like the main one where everything radiates out of it to some extent.
So the root chakra is the base, and that's where everything starts. Your energies come from the base, and they follow up. But the solar plexus, the manipura, is where the lower chakras connect with the higher chakras. Because as you go up the spine, the chakra energy centers are actually closer and closer to each other. Because right here, you're between your belly button and your sternum, and then here is right about where your sacral would be, and then the tailbone is where your root would be. So those are kind of spaced out a bit. But as you get up, they're closer and closer. You have your throat, you have your heart, your throat, I do believe your mouth, or is it, no. It's just heart, throat, third eye, and then your crown. So, but these are all kind of condensed right here, whereas you only have 3 from the bottom of your sternum down. So the solar plexus is, even with the nervous system, the part that connects your lower with your upper.
Right.
And
so it has to both of them. If
it's
this
the,
one
it's
is
the
off,
gateway.
you know, it's going to affect your mentality.
Yes,
and,
it's
and your feelings and all these things that can.
Yeah, it's your
if one's off.
It is your energy center. It is the
Right.
gateway to
Yes.
providing connection between your lower and your higher self.
Got it.
So if this one is off, it can affect everything. And by relation, if your lower ones are off or your upper ones are off, it can affect this and then throw others off. So you want to work from your base up to get things balanced, but the solar plexus is a big deal because it's, like I said, the gateway for your energy. It focuses it controls the distribution of your energies to the other parts of your body. So you want to make sure that it's as close to balance as it can possibly be for your current situation.
But realize that other chakras being out affect it.
Yes. So
It's sensitive.
yeah, it is probably one of the hardest to balance because of how much it affects and
Is affected.
is affected. So like we talked about earlier, your nervous system that comes from your spinal cord at the top, it comes down the back and then actually comes through your rib cage in your diaphragm area, and then it expands into your pelvic region and helps with the sacral and all of that. So right in that area where those nerves, shift from your higher functions to your lower functions, that's where your solar plexus is. And it helps to control your fight or flight, what was the other one?
Yeah, that's the hypogastric plexus.
Pelvic nerves involving the urinary and reproductive systems.
Yeah, it's there's science behind it, and we looked into it a bit. It's very, very interesting, but we didn't want to go in.
We do have a link tree available, not on the slide here, but we do have a link tree available for the sources that we used when doing our research. That'll be available on our site. But
so if you want to really look into that, you can.
Yeah, it's quite the rabbit hole medically, and it helps explain a lot spiritually as well with the distribution of your energy. If you think about your nervous system and your circulatory system as the distribution for your energy, which it is, because the blood provides the nutrients to your muscles, and the nerves provide the signals for your body to do their thing. So nutrition provides information to the brain, but there are a lot of chemicals that are actually provided by the gut itself that help provide the information. One of them being dopamine and do you remember what the other one?
Serotonin.
Serotonin is the majority of serotonin, if I remember correctly, is actually produced in your stomach, not your brain.
Really?
Yes.
So
Which
if
is
my
why
tummy's
chocolate
happy.
and cheese.
Chocolate and cheese are actually dopamine more than serotonin.
Really?
Yes, that is why I am a cheese
I'm
fiend.
trying to find my serotonin.
Is
different to eat.
Feed the serotonin in.
but yes, so dopamine is your reward system. That's like, oh, this makes me happy, yay. The serotonin is keeping you level in your happiness. So you're like, oh, the warmth of the sunshine, this makes me happy. And that's your serotonin. and then eating some hot chocolate and you're like, oh, this is really good, I want more, that's dopamine. Dopamine is your reward center. It's like, yay! That's why people who have dopamine deficiencies can potentially be at risk for addiction.
Because they're hunting for it.
And serotonin is more of a mood
Mood stabilizer.
mood stabilizer. Like, I'm really hungry, I get hangry. That's the serotonin. I'm needing a pep up. That's the dopamine. But they both play a huge role together. There's not one without the other. And there are multiple neurochemicals that your body creates that all play a role together. Those are just two of many.
It's a soup.
It is a soup, a tasty soup.
I like soup.
Yeah. Ooh, some summer squash soup would be really good.
All right. I like the duck.
Yeah, so what are you? Overactive, balanced, or blocked?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. Feel free to share in the comments, if you like, your experiences with this chakra, the solar plexus, also known as the Manipura. You can also ask questions in the comments, and we'll do our best to get back to you.
And thank you for joining us for part 3 of 7 of our Chakra Series. We are the Scholars of Temperance. I am Shani, and this is Ashlyn.